Good morning, good morning, good morning, Aquarius, or good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. I'm going to change my angle a little bit. I got a light that keeps coming in. I moved it and I shouldn't have moved it. So welcome. Hopefully it doesn't disturb us. So my name is Patty. For those that are brand new, let's see if I turn this angle. Sorry, guys. My name is Patty. So for those of you that are brand new, here, let's do this. Hopefully I can read the numbers. And I do intuitive tarot, but it's divine driven. And with that, what I mean is I call on divine to help me solve some problems, answer some questions that you might have, and guide you in your not only your daily life, but your future, and anybody who comes through on the other side. So this is more second dimensional, definitely. And I also mixed astrology and numerology. So hopefully this will be a new experience for you, something that you'll enjoy and want to come back. All right. So we're going to get started. This is for the 7th through the 13th of June. And then with that, I again do mix astrology. So we have a new moon on the 10th. So this is going to sort of affect things a little bit, not as much as a full moon, but it usually does. So sort of keep that in mind. Your abundance should be coming to you at this time until the new moon. Then afterwards, we're getting ready to release the waning gibbous. All right, so let's get started. So the first card is already out, which is interesting because I just did some of the daily tarots. So if you don't know, I do daily tarots. They're 1 little minute tarots, and if you want to watch those, you can subscribe and hit the bell. Whoops, sorry about that. Subscribe and hit the bell, and that'll notify you when those are on. And they're just little 1 minute inspirations. What's interesting is that the Wednesdays was burden. And so this is the card that the divine has chosen for today and this week. So it's basically meaning that we are going to release the burdens. We are going to release maybe some stress. Somebody's feeling very, very heavy. Maybe they've got some decisions to make, very hard decisions to make. Maybe life is a little challenging right at this time. But the thing is, with the number 4, it is about your core foundations, your growth, your stability, things of that nature. So what is it? Somebody out there's got a real heavy heart, really heavy. Something's going on that you really carry in a burden. So divine's saying, let's find a way to release that burden, lift that burden, and go from there. All right. So this is about your core foundation and what you believe in to release that burden. Some of us believe in worldly things, and other things believe in spiritual things. So it's harder to release a burden if you're thinking from an earth mindset, meaning that you go by your feelings and your emotions. If you go by your feelings and your emotions, what happens is things get in the way, and then we sort of screw things up. Whereas if we make our decisions to release our burdens, our heavy challenges and things like that, and we throw them up to divine and say, you take care of it, I can't do this anymore. The second dimension now has the authority to come in and help you, guide you, lift you up, protect you, give you what you need, and that kind of a thing. I got to put my glasses on, guys. Sorry. So if you see that little circle, I apologize. I'm trying not to get into that. Okay, so the second card is the Wasp. This is your current energies from the 7th through the 13th. Man, this goes together, guys. So somebody is really angry about something, because the Wasp is about anger, retaliation, and jealousy. This could be due to a relationship, something happening in the relationship, maybe over the holiday weekend, maybe something got found out. Now they've got to make a choice and a decision, because this is the number 3 in numerology as well, and that is about acknowledging something is going on that is creating a very heaviness. The future energies is the Wind Fairy. Now I use a lot of the future energies as far as more of astrology. And these are thoughts, words, and intellectual analysis. This is the number 11 to bring something together, or you're just going to separate and go and not either do it. Like if it's a job, separate from the job. If it's a person, you're going to leave them, or they're going to leave you and say, hey, this is just not working. This is not right. So we have 3 big energies here that definitely are working side by side, but it is working in the wrong realm. Okay, wrong realm meaning that somebody is working more in the worldly realm, the mindset of more feelings and emotions. Sometimes we get our feelings and emotions caught up rather than the facts, and that may hinder a clear understanding or clear way to think about something, because anger is based from fear, retaliation is based from fear, and jealousy is based from fear. So this is very much a fear energy of, and also of letting go. Very worldly, that we want to hang on to possessions that no longer serve us, or people who no longer serve us. All right. So we really have to look at that. What definitely is it? So that is the theme for the week, apparently. And we'll see what the cards have to say. All right. So let's see what the cards have to say. Again, really pay attention to what's going on or who's going on around you this week. Because you don't want that anger energy, you don't want that jealousy energy, you don't want that retaliation energy. That's all very low vibrational, not healthy energies to be around at all. At all. All right, so let's see what we've got here. Starting out with the 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this sort of, though, is to I'm doing a 7-card spread, which is sort of like a horseshoe spread. I think we did this for you guys last week too. And this is to tell me several things about what's going on in your, not only past, but what's going on as far as your strengths and all that kind of stuff. So for somebody, they had it really going good. I'm not quite sure what it is that they had going good. It could have been money, could have been family, could have been a marriage, could have been career, could have been all kinds of things. However, the 10 of Pentacles saying, yeah, man, that was really going good. I had it really going good. And then the apple cart got upset. So somebody brought down a fall for somebody. So I want to say, like, if somebody screwed you over, somebody betrayed you, somebody, if it was work, maybe they didn't support you in a project. If it is a love relationship, maybe that is where it ended. And so everything went kaputs. And that's what would make an understanding, because you would have both of these things. So if somebody, like when I was married, I had no idea my husband was going to leave. We just got married. We were a year. It was the hardest year of our lives. We had 2 major job changes. His mother died. We moved. We had major stuff. But then in a year, on our anniversary, he handed me divorce papers. I was like, what? I mean, I married him for life. I thought he was my soulmate. So I could have really had some retaliation, but no, I went the opposite way. I was like, you know what? I can't make you love me, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to beg somebody to love me. Just not going to do it. However, I let him know that I loved him and didn't want him to go. However, you go to the angry part and the jealousy. That's your insecurities or somebody's insecurities playing on that. So when you have those insecurities, you have to go in within you and say, why am I feeling insecure in that manner? Yeah. So somebody did definitely feel like they were left out in the cold. Definitely felt like they just sort of like, this seems to be like it was sudden, because the 10 of Pentacles is ending something, but something new happening. So if you're leaving a marriage or a relationship or a job or whatever, that is ending. And then there has to be something new to replace that. So we do have something new, but it is unstable, because you're sort of left to do it on yourself. You're sort of left to do it on your own. Okay, and that is a burden. If you've been, or if you even have kids, that is a burden, because you may not know how to do it. You may not know how to have the resources. However, there's something good coming. There's something good coming. For one of you guys out there is a very positive person, and yes, your apple cart was turned upside down for a minute, but this person here actually is very positive. I don't know who this is. but they're very positive, and they know that things are happening for a minute, but things are going to turn around. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is the opposite energy of what is happening this week. This is really beautiful. And this is something that, if you're not feeling this, then it is something to work on, because the future energies are about your thoughts, your words, and your processing. So we have to bring those vibrations up, those energies up. We have to get rid of those low vibrational thoughts, negative thoughts, or anger thoughts, or those fearful thoughts, because that's what's going to hold somebody back, definitely. And it is definitely, it's going to take time. Temperance takes time. Temperance takes patience and time and love and caring, and you're not doing that. Somebody's not doing that right now for themselves. So the Empress is about nurturing and loving. However, she's in reverse. So this is just not happening. Okay. And this may be your weakness, to avoid, is to learn how to love yourself, learn how to nurture yourself, learn how to grow yourself, because for somebody out there, this is just something that you're not used to doing. I used to be that way. I used to take care of everybody else and then let myself go and think, oh, it's okay. I don't need anything, like whatever, like I don't need to go get a haircut. My daughter needs a haircut. I'd let myself go, and this is not nurturing ourselves. And plus, when we have kids, we're not setting a good example to say you should take care of yourself. So then they're going to start letting themselves go because you're not showing the importance of it. Okay. So even if you're going through something, you have to stop for a minute and begin to nurture yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself. I don't know who this burden and what this burden is, but it's really, really hard to do that when you're sort of in a low vibration. A lot of people will be in anxiety or depression or something of that nature. However, you can get yourself out of that. That is a mindset. Okay, that is where you're in a worldly mindset, that everything around you affects you, your emotions, your emotions, your feelings. So when things begin to affect you, that is world. But if you were, say, spiritually, okay, I just lost my job. And here's hypothetical, and it's true because I went through this a year ago. Actually, more than a year ago now. But I said, okay, I lost my job. All right. And I knew it possibly was coming because the bosses were just jerks. They wanted me to do all the work. They didn't know how to do their job. And I knew how to do their job, and they wanted me to do it. But then they wanted to take the rewards for it. And I got tired of it. So I said, no, you do it. And they didn't like that because then they didn't know how to do it. So then they were like, well, if you don't do it, then we're going to write you up. And I'm like, write me up. I'm doing my job. But then they wanted to keep writing me up 2-3 times. It's like, keep writing me up. I'm doing my job. And then when I got retaliated against, then I knew it was coming. So I kept my documents, and I contacted Boland, which is the Bureau of Labor Industries, and said, hey, they're harassing me because they can't do their job. And anyway, long story short. So this is the thing, though. I could have got mad. I could have got angry when they went to fire. In fact, my boss was so fearful and so cowardly, she wouldn't even be there the day that HR let me go. And I just said, you know what? That's okay. You know why? Because when God closes one door, he opens another. And I think they were so blown away that they thought I was going to get angry, whatever. I don't know what they thought. But you know what? I just said no, and I said, you know what, you guys, it's all okay, because I know that God's got something better planned for me. And let me tell you, he blew my mind. He had something planned for me that put me at peace and calm and felt so loved and protected and everything. So just how you handle your emotions and your reactions and your thoughts and your words about something can really change your future. Because if you start complaining and moaning and groaning about it, it can start really blowing your future apart rather than together. Because remember, your future is about the number 11, number 2, bringing things together or blowing apart. You want them to come together. You want them to come into balance. Okay? You want them to be nurtured. Turn that upside right. You want to nurture yourself, that kind of a thing. Because pretty soon somebody's going to come forward with a partner. Woohoo! And so it is how you handle it, because what you begin to do is then whatever attitude you begin to carry or somebody carries around you. Say you're around somebody that's very negative. After a while, you'll start to get negative. It's just something that begins to wear off on you. So if somebody's being this way, very burdensome, very angry, very much about jealousy, retaliation, um, just frustration, they're always complaining, nothing happy. This person needs to go bye-bye for a while, because they're going to start bringing you down. And those are really low vibrations. These are some of the things some of you, and maybe, well, I know me, that I was taught as a little toddler all the way up, because as sexually abused as I was, there was a lot of negative, horrible, ugly energies around me. Okay. So you want to break these. Okay. So somebody has an ego too that is around someone that they need to go for a while, and I say a while because people change if they want to. And we grow. We always grow. Nothing stays the same. You can either grow in a high vibration, a high energy, or you can grow in a low energy. And you can actually begin to spiral down, pick yourself up and spiral yourself back up again. But that is your decisions if you want to do that. Okay, so let's see what else Divine has to say here. And then at the very end here in a few minutes, I'm going to do love and relationships. I'm going to pull a couple cards for that, because sometimes there isn't love in a reading, because Divine is saying, I want you to work on you. This is an issue. Or I want you to work on somebody around you. Maybe you're in a relationship, and then when you're in a relationship, you see something of the other person, but maybe they don't see it. So that's why I'm always asking. And I'm always asking my close people around me to challenge me, because I need to know what I'm doing wrong so that I can grow. Yeah. Oh, wow. We got the sun twice. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So for somebody, they're in the middle of something. They're definitely in the middle of a burden or something going on, in the middle of it. Now, for some of you that might be coming into it, because this is for the week of the 7th through the 13th, so you may be coming into it, but it's sort of like you're not really in a storm, but your mindset thinks you are. It's sort of like a molehill, but you're making a mountain out of it. So we have to really look at the facts of what is going on, not the feelings, not the emotions, because this here is like, oh, I have so many battle scars. I have so many wounds. I've been through so much. I've done this so much. Oh, it's in my past. Oh, I've done this. And oh my gosh, so you're going to your past. Yes, they create our strength and our courage and our things there. However, if you stay there, it changes. Now, remember, future card for probably June and July, this is going to be a process to stop thinking of all the things and pain that hurt you and keeping them there, stirring the pot. It's like, okay, yeah, I've been a victim. I could sit there and say, you know what? My child abuse, my sexual child abuse. Oh my gosh, my child abuse, my sexual child abuse. No, it's like, okay, that doesn't define me. That is what made me strong and had courage to get through what I needed to get through at the time. That was a lesson, a moment in time. Okay. And then if I'm going through emotional abuse, that's a lesson, a moment in time. But this is what makes us strong and grow. But our thought process, many of you are into feelings rather than the facts. Okay. And you're not letting it rest. You're not letting it rest. So this is death in reverse. It should be this way so that it can rest and finish. Go away. We're coming to a new moon. We want it to go away. However, you've got this in reverse. So somebody's not letting their past rest, because whatever happened in the past, they're still carrying it. Yes, it was so good. I want those good times back. They're not coming back. They're not coming back. 2020 is not coming back. 2019 is not coming back. I don't know how old you are. I'm not going to say how old I am, what year that is, but it's not coming back. You have to make the best for what it is. And this insecurity for somebody's got to stop, because you're carrying the past with you. Okay. The most beautiful thing is you got these cards here. If you can reverse this death card and turn it this way, look at the beautiful sun that is there. We've got two suns. So there is the divine saying, I want the best for you. I want what you need. I want what you can do in life, but you're holding, I can't help you because you're holding yourself back. You know, release the reins so that I can help you. This is huge. This is huge, guys. Release the burden. Release the burden. Remember, I don't know how many of you watched the movie Pirates of the Caribbean where they said release the Kraken. They're releasing her so that she can get out and get all the energies and the negative and the crying and the pain. And I don't know if you watched that movie, but it's one of my favorites, of course, because then I go to the Pirates of the Caribbean deck. But you have to release this. That's why crying, everybody says, well, why cry? Right? You know, it's not going to change anything. We need to cry. This is a physical chemical in our body that we do need to cry, releasing all that out. And why do you think you're so tired after you cry? Because you've had so much bound up in you. All right. Yeah. And this is the thing. This is the thing that really worries me. If somebody is really angry and bitter, I would love to talk to them because it doesn't do you any good. When my brother was murdered, I could have been the angriest biatch that you ever could see. You could ever be around. I could have gone after his killer and just put some bullets in him. I could have did that. However, my heart would have not been whole and peaceful because no matter what I did, I could have never brought my brother back. You know, it was his time. I could have never brought him back. So, I mean, this is a thing. So we have the high priestess. This is a spiritual thing, guys. This is a second dimensional thing. This is where are you getting your information from? Where is that coming from? This is the high priestess is the number 2 to bring things together again. Your future, your thoughts, your energies to bring things together again. All right. All right. So this is beautiful. This is a little bit of work. For somebody, it might be a lot more work. However, this is doable. This is definitely doable. The number one thing I would say is you've got to find out what the depth of your anger is. And thank you. So divine saying, are you applying that anger to the right person? Because most of the time we're angry at people. Sometimes we're angry at God. Have you ever thought about that? Because then the thing is that why didn't he stop it? Why did he allow it to happen? Why? Because we don't understand. We can't see. So we get angry at him. And it's really not him. It's just our path in our life that has been chosen. And we've chosen, if you believe in reincarnation, that we've chosen. So this is something that we have to find out where that anger, that jealousy, what happened way back in that core to create that, and is it directed to the right thing or the right person? Thank you for that. They reminded me of that, because the thing is, once you release that Kraken, the thing is, once you release it, you're going to bring things together, because you're going to understand and be more clear that maybe your anger was even at the wrong thing. So, I mean, I know somebody going through coaching and they realize that, oh, wow, they've been angry at the wrong thing all their life. So this is something, that's why the Wind Fairy is about your thoughts, your words, and your intellectual analysis for the next 2 months, June and July. Okay. And that is the number 2 to bring things together. All right. So divine, give me anything else, please. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. And they're saying that if you do this, if you find out where that core is, this is beautiful. If you find out where that core is, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I've been directing my anger to the wrong thing or the wrong person. This is an enlightening awakening. You can go back and apologize and say, you know what, I'm just learning about myself. This is a process, because here's the thing. This is the beautiful thing. You just reversed the Empress. You started loving yourself to understand yourself even better. You're not only the angry in you, the burden in you, but you're starting to look at yourself, not blaming anybody else for what else is going on. This is a heavy burden. This is a heavy burden. So, it was like, when I was going through my sexual abuse, I would be angry at my family member who was doing that. However, I got really angry at my mom for not protecting me, because my mom should have been my protector, but she cannot protect what she does not know. So my anger was directed at the wrong person because she had no clue. So you have to look at where your anger is being directed, but you're going to turn everything around. This is beautiful, beautiful, because now you're having an awakening in yourself, and you're like having aha moments, and it's like, oh, okay, got to get to the core foundation though. Beautiful, beautiful. This is going to turn things around. And this is going to actually grow and bring a bonding closer, not only to yourself, but maybe to whoever you share this with and grow this with. This is going to be beautiful. All right. But somebody's got another heavy burden out there. Somebody's got a financial heavy burden that was left by themselves with that. And they're angry about it. You know what? You can do this. You can make this happen. You can work it. There's lots of resources out there, especially even if you have children. Definitely, there's lots of resources. So don't feel that you can't do this alone. It is a new energy. This is a new, if you're left to do everything alone, there's new energies. And like I was telling my friends, his daughter's being sort of silly and not getting child support because she's afraid for the baby's daddy. And it's like, okay, that's sort of stupid, because you've got to be thinking about that kid first, not you, but the kid. And, it's a maturity thing. However, definitely about the thought process, it's in the wrong spot. All right, so I'm going to do love and relationships right now and see. Since there really isn't love here, there's just some work on it, work on self for this week. So, oops. Oh, hang on. My goodness. Patty. So we have a sacred union. So the sacred union, this is beautiful. So sacred union being a partnership or romantic, this could also mean a marriage. It could almost mean a commitment to each other. It can almost mean, I'll tell you why I'm saying the word almost here in a second. This is like they're getting almost to that element of, I got to be careful with this because I'm seeing monogamy, but I know some of the people that watch this are not monogamous. But I see this as a monogamous union. And it could be actually a union to marriage. And some people don't believe in marriage, but I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. And I say almost because it's the number 9. So it's not quite there yet. So there's like one more step to go, and then you guys are together for life. And maybe the step, this is interesting, this has popped up again. I think a lot of this, one little step for this couple or whoever this relationship is. Now this, I'm going to say, I would say, can't say this is a family member, can't say these are coworkers, because this is actually a romantic, intimate relationship. The one little piece that's missing is making sure that your balance of your spirituality and your practicality sort of at least match up somewhat, because if they don't, then that's going to throw the future off. What I mean by that is, welcome. What I mean by that is, if somebody believes spiritually more, and that's what you like to talk about, that's who you are, sort of like me. I like to share that. That's who I am. I'm authentically spiritual. And if I have somebody who is completely a realist and very logical on a worldly basis, and they're not open to my spirituality, then it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So the balance, if they say, well, okay, I get what you do. It's not me, but opposites, that's fine. However, you have to have at least some common ground in your spirituality, because we live in both worlds. We live in a spiritual world and we live in the earth world. So we live, some people live, 3/4 in the spiritual world and 1/4 in the regular world. So you've got to have some commonality there, at least a little. And that's where I think that 1% is missing. However, you guys, if you talk about it and if you communicate about it, you will come together and you will be able to make it all work. I'll tell you right now, the number one key to any relationship is communication and honesty. If you can do those two, you can get through anything. I see these couples breaking up over the silliest things, but they cannot see that it's a communication breakdown, it's an understanding or clarity breakdown, or it's a selfish thinking breakdown versus selfless, which is love. Selfish, selfless is love. All right. Sure. Sure, you can. You can ask something. Sure. I'm about ready to wrap it up, though, so it would do real quick. So that's what love and relationships are about. So just to recap, don't forget that whatever is heavy on your heart right now, find out where that core is and why you feel that heaviness right at the moment, and make sure that you release it. Release it to divine. Say, can you take care of this burden? I can't. Show me what to do. Show me where to go. Show me how to handle it. Show me if I'm putting it in the wrong, if my anger's in the wrong person. This is about your future growth and your prospect. Whatever's happened in the past, whatever you had that was beautiful and great, and if it's gone, it's gone. It's not going to come back. And if it does, then the divine will have a hand in it. However, our past is our past, and we have to stop bringing it with us. Stop bringing it with us, because it's holding us our future back. You've got beautiful things to come, whoever this is, and you've got 2 sons. This is about somebody you're going to feel really, really open about. It's going to feel good to be able to share. The anger is going to dissipate. The jealousy is going to dissipate. You're really going to have a beautiful, beautiful friendship. I don't see a romance here in this part. I do see a romance here, which maybe this will lead to this. I don't know. All right. All right. Man, it says, ma'am, when will my boyfriend's family come with a marriage proposal? There is something holding back. There's something holding it up. I don't know what it is. I'm not a psychic. I don't give a date and a time. However, I do feel divine is sharing that something's holding it up. So maybe you'll have to look at all the facts of both sides. You have to look at both sides. What is holding it up? There is like a snag, or there's something that is causing it to not come forth. So, and are both you guys ready? That's the question. I hear they're not ready. I don't know who that is, but they're not. Somebody's not ready. Oh, come on. Yeah. So it looks like the family might be looking at all the aspects, because you have the 5 of Cups and then you have the World. So they're looking at all the aspects. When that happens, that means that they're weighing the pros and cons of everything. So you just have to be patient, because I think the family is just hung up on something. They're not quite sure. There's something holding them back. So just be patient, and then just keep praying and asking divine for guidance on that. Maybe this boyfriend is not the right boyfriend. Maybe it is, but it is just something that's holding it up, and just be patient, and ask divine for patience. Just, can please give me the patience while I wait this out, because being still, thank you for that. It's beautiful. As he says, being still is the hardest thing I will teach you. So, and it is. Being still is the hardest thing for anybody to do. It is very hard to find something and then you have to wait. You have to wait. This is just the hardest thing. So, and when we release a burden, so this is your burden right now, is you're going to have to wait. And that is hard. But do that in, don't complain, no love, no, just talk of love, talk of kindness, talk of caring, talk of compassion, talk of thanks, because this is your burden to hold right at the moment, is to be still and be patient. And that, my friend, is the Temperance card right here, right in the reading. All right. All right, guys, this is your reading for the 7th through the 13th. Don't forget, I am still doing dailies. I didn't do Mondays because it was a holiday here, but they are up today, starting the rest of the week. Just hit subscribe and the bell, and you'll get them every morning, or you'll be notified every morning. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this, and please don't forget to like and share, and that helps my YouTube channel as well. You have to wait. See, you're not being patient. You have to wait. You're not being patient. All right. All right. Take care, everybody. Love you guys, and we will see you next week.